Hello and welcome to this yoga class for beginners. If you're just starting out on your yoga journey, I've created this practice for you to get started. When you're ready, meet me on the mat and we'll begin. You'll want a block for today's practice, or if you don't have one, a few stacked pillows will work fine. We'll start in a kneeling position at the back of the mat. Feel free to sit up onto your block here. Hands can rest onto your thighs, or you might bring them together at heart center. Take a deep breath in and out. Feel your shoulders soften. Breathing in, see if you can lift the crown of your head a little taller. And slow exhale out. The breath is the most important thing in yoga, so try to keep your focus on that deep inhale and exhale. Now let's start to gently turn your head from side to side. Take it to where it feels comfortable for you. And please feel free to pause the video at any point if you need to. Take it at your own pace. Take some semicircle rolls from side to side here. Drop chin towards your chest as you roll around to one side and the other, continuing to breathe deeply. Bring your head back through center and come forward to your hands and knees, tabletop position. Feel free to move your block out of the way. With your hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, spread your fingers wide. On your inhale, arch your back as you lift your gaze. And exhale, round your spine. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, arch. Lift your chest forward. And exhale, round. Press the mat away with your hands. Inhale, arch and open. And exhale, round. Come back to your neutral spine. Walk your hands a little further forward, tuck your toes, and press into your hands and feet to lift up into downward facing dog. Keep your knees soft, heels lifted. Maybe take a slow pedal of your legs here, alternating, bending one knee and the other. Stay here for one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, release your knees back to the mat. Take them a little wider than your hips. Touch your big toes together and sit your hips back towards your heels. Fingertips reach to the top of the mat as you relax your forehead down, maybe onto the mat or perhaps onto your block. As you rest here in child's pose, I'd like to let you know that it doesn't matter at all what your practice looks like. The only thing you need to focus on is how it feels. And through the practice of yoga, you'll understand and learn what feels good for your body so that you can give it what it needs. Slowly begin to walk your hands back towards you, moving your prop out of the way if you were using it. Take your time to tuck your toes, press into your hands and feet, and come back to your downward facing dog. We'll stay here for one full breath. You can move it out if that feels good, or find some stillness. And begin to walk your feet up towards your hands. Take them about hips width apart or maybe a little wider. Soften your knees and release your upper body down over your legs. Your hands might find opposite elbows here, or you can leave them on the mat. You might like a little sway side to side, releasing through your lower back. Let your exhales be heavy here. The crown of your head draw towards the mat as you feel your spine relax and decompress. Return your hands to the mat and use your next inhale to roll slowly up one vertebra at a time, coming to stand at the top of your mat. On your next inhale, we'll take chair pose. Send your hips back behind you as you reach your arms forward. Exhale to press up to standing and lower your arms. Inhale, knees bend, hips go back. Exhale to standing. And again, it doesn't have to be a big movement. As you come into chair pose, feel your weight move back into your heels. You can keep that movement going, or if it feels okay, we'll hold and breathe here. For one more inhale. And exhale, release your hands to the mat, knees are soft, as you find that forward fold once again. Lift your head and shoulders, and step your left foot to the back of the mat. Release your left knee down. So we're here in our low lunge. Right knee is stacked over right ankle. See how it feels to bring your hands to the top of your right thigh and start to take a little pulse backwards and forwards with your hips, seeing how the front of your left hip is feeling. You choose how far you go here. It can be a very small movement, or it might feel comfortable to go a little bit deeper. If it feels okay, you might choose to hold and feel that stretch for the front of your left hip. Don't forget to breathe. And now release your left hand to the mat or to your block underneath your left shoulder to the inside of your right foot. Right hand stays on the top of your right thigh as you gently press into that thigh to open your chest up to the right and maybe gaze back over your right shoulder. If that doesn't feel good for your neck, you can keep your gaze forward or down. You might choose to extend your right fingertips up towards the sky if that feels alright for your shoulder. Think of lifting your chest, really reaching out through that right arm if it's extended. Then return right hand to the mat, move that block out of the way. Tuck your back toes, lift up that knee. Maybe take a couple of hops or a big step with your left foot to meet the right and find your forward fold. Then we switch sides, head and shoulders lift, step your right foot back, release the knee down. There's no rush here, just meet me when you're ready. Hands to your left thigh this time and take those little pulses forward and back, this time feeling into the front of your right hip, those hip flexors. You can keep that movement going for as long as you like, or if it feels okay, maybe we hold. See if you can deepen your breath a little here. Release right hand down to the mat or your block underneath your right shoulder. Left hand stays on the top of your left thigh as you open your chest to the left, feeling a twist through your spine. You might choose to lift your left arm, reach those fingertips up towards the sky, maybe following them with your gaze. Then return left hand to the mat. Plant both hands to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift up the knee, and step your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold, head is heavy. This time, bend even deeper into your knees, release your hips to the mat, and take one hand behind you, then the other, and take your time coming down to a seated position. Take your hands behind your thighs and walk your tiptoes in towards you so you balance on your sit bones. This is our Navasana boat pose. You might choose to lift the feet for one breath in and exhale, release. Bring your hands behind you. Take your feet a little wider and drop your knees gently from side to side, releasing through your hips and your lower back. Plant your feet at the bottom of the mat. Make sure you have enough space behind you to lie down, and gently ease your way down onto your back. And reach your arms out to the sides. Take an inhale, then exhale to send your knees to the left. Inhale to center, and exhale to send them to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, maybe turning your head to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, right. Come back to center, and we'll find Shavasana, or relaxation posture. So you might choose to bend your knees, plant your feet wide, and let your knees rest together in the center. If it feels okay, you could extend your legs out down the mat. Feel free to move your arms a little lower down and let your body relax. Let your breath return to its natural pace, no more control. And feel your muscles soften as your body becomes heavy. Shavasana is a difficult posture. It can be challenging for us to be completely still, and it takes practice. But it's an important time for your body to absorb all the benefits, the goodness of your practice, and time for you to rest and relax. You can stay here for as long as you like, but if you're ready to end your practice with me, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, circle your wrists and ankles. When you're ready, step your feet to the mat. Reach your arms above your head and roll onto whichever side feels the most comfortable for you. Take a moment here, and when you're ready, press yourself up to seated and meet me in the center of your mat. We'll close out our practice together with a deep breath in as you sweep your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring your palms together, draw your hands to heart center, giving thanks for your practice, and thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for joining me for today's practice. If you enjoyed it, I've linked some other videos here that you might like to continue your yoga journey. I look forward to seeing you again next time.